Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. So today I want to go over the changes to dzemael, darkhold, and aurum vale. This is now a duty support dungeon, so you guys can go in it with NPCs or AI if you like. If the queue doesn't pop, these are necessary for the Grand Company upgrades to your rank, so you have to do those anyway. So we're going to be doing dzemael, darkhold first, on my blue mage. Now aurum vale is more of a environmental nerf, while dzemael darkhold is a little bit of environment plus mob reduction. Aurum vale has mob reduction as well, but not as prevalent as dzemael. So we're going to use basic instinct for this speed buff. So the good thing about this dungeon is they have removed the door opener mechanic, but also they have removed the crystal veil. So no more hiding in the effect of the crystal to save yourself from damage. This door, which had to be opened from the little Magitech things you stand in, is now open. So you guys can go in here and grab it if you like, which is going to hold a piece of loot. So basically, instead of holding into the light, you basically can go straight to the first boss. Reason why, as you'll see, when I get in here, the door is open. See? So you guys can go straight to the boss, sack yourselves, and then use the teleport to get right back to where you were. So this room has taken away some mobs. So the ones over there have been removed. The ones that roam have been removed. And so basically that's the change to the first floor. Now the boss arena has changed to an actual arena of a circle. And there's no more crystals, so he's not invuln anymore. So we're going to remove the basic instinct. Blustering Blink is his new AoE he does in front. He does another one called Void Matter, which is going to be coming up right here. Basically does AoEs on the sides and then in the middle. So stand in the middle and then dodge after the first one goes off. Just like that. And the last one, All Eyes on Me, is the raid Y that you would see him do previously in the beginning when he was roaming the halls. And basically he does that on a repeat. So that is the changes to at least him. Let's repop Basic Instinct. So the next floor is basically a mob reduction. So there's not as many as before. The crystals still blow up, so make sure you don't stand in them. So we're just going to run through everybody here. I don't know if the toads stopped doing sticky tongue. I think they did. But yeah, as you can see, the mobs here have been removed. So we have 1, 2, 3 mob sets here. Yeah, instead of like 4, there's like 3 now. No, they still do sticky tongue, okay. That's good to know. So yeah, this hallway hasn't really changed besides the NPC reduction. This boss, still the same. There's nothing changed here. If you're doing this alone, only one of his brothers will throw Boulder Dash at you, which is kind of funny. But yeah, let's take off Basic Instinct again. Just gonna punch him down until his brothers come out. So it still does double smash, he still does his other fire attack, so that hasn't changed. Here comes his brothers. They still do their AoEs like normal, so like this, dodge accordingly. And once they do enough of these, then they'll start throwing Boulder Dash. So yeah, nothing has changed with him. Let's move on to the next set of mob sets. Now this room, as you remember, the skeletons would roam. And then you would have the souls on the left and over there by the crystals. But now they're in the middle. Now to drop the barrier, basically just kill everybody. And that drops the barrier. Simple enough. So it definitely has been streamlined to be a little bit easier. So if you guys want to speed run this for the future, you can skip the mobs in the first before the boss and the second before the boss and just go use the shortcut. But yeah, these guys, as you can see, is only 1, 2 mob sets here, so they definitely have reduced those as well. This boss hasn't changed much. As you drop his HP, he still does the crystals. So you have to do this every single time you fight this guy, so that's going to be 3 times the crystals. He still does his health send, that's his buff. So that hasn't changed. The only thing that they removed is the puddles that he puts down because the AI wouldn't know how to move. He still does Desolation. He still does his his Rage of Haloni attack, which is untelegraphed, but his Grim Halo is telegraphed now, I believe. So that has changed. And like I said, he stopped doing his puddles. So ultimately, that's the only thing that has changed for this boss, and that is the dungeon and all his changes. So you basically can speedrun this now by skipping all first 2 sets of mobs and go straight to the boss and using the shortcut. And now we're going to go to Aurum Vale. And quite frankly, they could just have done the mob reduction and kept the environment the way it is. But unfortunately, they screwed with that too. So let's hop into Aurum Vale next. Alright, so it's like before, basic instinct for the buff until we get to the boss. So the first thing that you guys will notice is the Lake of Bile, or Gold Bile, has been removed in the almost entirety of the middle of the arena. Okay, so basically everything is still here. The Nicks don't sticky tongue you anymore, from what we can see. So there's no more yanking you back. And also the Nicks now have a tether, so that's cool. And as you can see, the boss also has reduction in its Gold Bile. Now I believe the geysers no longer push you back. Yeah. The geysers are just for show now. So his 100 lashings is now a castable attack instead of a random one that does automatically. And that's pretty much the only thing that's changed with him. He still does gold lung and all that. The Morbo fruit now has a buff or a debuff that forces you to not take any more than just 1. So this stops players from basically griefing others by taking more than 1. Okay? That is going to last until it falls off. I believe that also stops you from getting gold bile until it falls off. Or gold lung. Also, I want to show you guys, if you kill the boss after you get gold lung, it falls off. So you don't have to use the fruit after. As you can see, the fruit disappears when the boss is dead. Which is pretty cool. So going further in, you'll see also that the gold bile has also been reduced here as well. So you still have to kill these guys to open the pathway. So this all is still here. Here, as you can notice, that they took out the guys that move back and forth, and of course the mobs over here have been removed. So no more of the jellyfish. Just these guys are still there. The coin counter, as you can see here, the geysers no longer push you back. They're simply just aesthetic. See, no more pushback. So we're going to take this off. He still does all his attacks, just like normal. Notice something different? He no longer resets his aggro. That was the other thing that he did. As his HP lowers, he would have to think, and then his aggro will be resetted. So this has been changed because of just that. But he still does glower, he still does his swing, he still does his Eye of the Beholder. Geysers no longer do its thing, and basically that's about it for this boss. Nothing has changed besides that, and the aggro reset. So grab the loot as normal, and we'll continue on. And I think the mobs have been reduced here as well. Yep, as you can see, there's no more jellyfish. So those has been removed. Going around the bend. I don't remember if there was gold bile here, but if not, then nothing changed there. You'll notice in this room, there's a lot less mobs than before. As you can see, the marbles are a little bit less. The seeds have been removed, almost all of them. So that's changed here. I think the gold bile has been removed over here as well. And you still need to kill those guys to get through the vines. And here the vile is still there. These guys are still here. But yeah, basically the environment has been reduced and mobs have been reduced as well. The bile wasn't much of a problem. It was just basically the first room. So they could have kept everything the same and just changed the first room. So this boss, the fruit is basically the same. The bile has been removed, most of it. He still does his vine probe, the hook. He still does the sow and all that. So basically this boss has not changed whatsoever. So we can just go straight through it. That's about it. So that is basically the changes to Darkhold and the Aurum Vale. So yeah, this is going to be a lot easier for those of you who had a hard time with it. So yeah, basically that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy 14 content. And I will see you guys in the next one. So hopefully you guys have a better time running these dungeons in the future. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy 14 content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging